trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa. What's going on, fam? This is Jay Cameron inviting you to join us in Ethiopia next March 2025. And this is going to be an iconic trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa, Gondor, Lalibela. You'll have a chance to taste the amazing Ethiopian food. You'll also have a chance to visit the Rastafarian community. You'll get the history, you'll get the fashion, you have an opportunity to shop. It's going to be a trip, an experience of a lifetime. So make sure you sign up to join us in Ethiopia, March 2025.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream this evening. It is Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. Tomorrow will be August. We are approaching the 8th month of the year. It's been a very, very interesting so far with all this stuff with the presidential campaign. I will say that actually now that Kamala is in running, it's already turned into a circus. At least it wasn't a circus when Biden was in there. I give it that much. But we'll get into that circus that happened in Atlanta. A lot of Black Americans, Black voters, were very upset and appalled what they saw in Atlanta from the Harris campaign. And we're still on policy watch. So we'll check up on policy to make sure if that website has been amended with key policies. I don't know what day we on now, but we definitely continue on policy watch. Greetings, definitely. Yes, I see Brooklyn, New York in the building. Shout out to Brooklyn, New York, and all my brothers and sisters in New York. Definitely shout out to, I know, seeing some, Kenya, some people in South Africa. Shout out to everybody all over the world. I know there's a lot of people all over the world say, what in the world is going on in the politics in the United States of America? Y'all got a lot of crap going on. We don't know what that lady talking about. We don't know what Trump talking about. Lord, what are y'all doing? We all just figuring it out. We are taking a ride like the rest of y'all. We won't know nothing, I guess, until November. Trump just went to the NABJ. I covered a part of that exchange, one part of the exchange with Trump today. That was interesting, for sure. Funny in some instances. Because one thing I remember from Trump during his presidency, that was a given. You say something he don't like, it's on. He didn't care who you was. I'll still never forget that one with that lady. He was talking about during COVID, talking about the virus, and she like, are you asking me that? What's the reason you asking me that? Specifically. It was a Chinese lady. Cause he kept running around talking about the virus and all that. So yeah, that dude wild out on anybody. So, they were trying to say, oh, Trump, he just targeting that black woman. So he did it to everybody. I can honestly say that because I covered it. So Trump, man, y'all already know what y'all gonna get. You bring Trump up there, Lord. But we got to talk about Kamala, and the Democrats. They won't stop. A lot of Black Americans are upset. But let's go ahead on and get to the devotion. And then let's go ahead on and talk about Kamala. Vice President Kamala Harris. Up there acting a fool with all these black people. All right, let's see. Who are we going to do today? Who? You know what? Yeah, we gotta start out. Did I do that this week? I don't know if I haven't. It is what it is. We just going to do it again. I don't care.
I have the courage to denounce the black bigot. I think Roy Ellis is no good, and I denounce him. That's a lot of crap. Now, look, brother, you have your time. That's a lot of crap. Brother,
Count indictment in Manhattan that accuses him of diverting hundreds of thousands of dollars to his personal use after using fraud, grand larceny, and false business records to solicit funds from such diverse contributors as Don King, the boxing promoter, and Don Trump, the billionaire. Sharpton will be arraigned on state income tax charges later in Albany. In Manhattan Supreme Court, Reverend Sharpton was formally accused of taking in more than $250,000 for his national youth movement. The money allegedly was donated over a 3-year period to support youth programs, but State Attorney General Robert Abrams says lots of that cash went into Al Sharpton's pockets. About all the charges, they say he stole money.
Same charges that Dr. King had, same charges gone. Where's all of the mob money? Where's the ticket scale? This is disappointing. I thought we could do better.
What about not filing for taxes?
What about it? Black people don't owe no taxes. We ain't got no rights. They like my hair.
All right. Shout out to Al Sharpton back in the day. Bring back that Al Sharpton. The guy we got today, I don't know where he from, in the multiverse. I don't know. He's a different variant. I want that variant back of Al Sharpton. Speaking about variants, I don't know if did any of y'all see the Deadpool and Wolverine movie? If you have not seen that movie, there's a part in it you're probably gonna like. So if you have not seen it as of yet. All right, let's go on and get to your vice president, Kamala Harris. She had a campaign stop in Atlanta. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters in Atlanta. That is one airport I will say I get a lot of love when I'm in Atlanta. I see so many people in that airport. Shout out to Atlanta, Hartsfield Jackson. Just make sure if you go to Hartsfield Jackson, make sure you have clear and TSA pre-check. If you don't have clear and TSA pre-check, you may miss your flight. So show up if you don't have any of that. I suggest minimum 4 hours before your domestic flight. She went to Atlanta to do a campaign stop. Well, she invited Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, Megan Thee Stallion. And didn't we say that we're going to start seeing all the plantation jubilee when this got started? Didn't we say this? We said it. Now, Megan was performing some music. I'll play the clip. We'll just talk over it here for a second. And then, because I want y'all to kind of see it, we're not going to play the music. Then after that, I wanted to feature the backbone of the Democrat Party and what the backbone thought of Megan Thee Stallion up there. Because we already kind of know what black men think on a lot of instances. But with the backbone, and then I'm gonna touch on something else that just kind of was brought to my attention as well in the middle of this. This lady is the person that we supposed to go vote for, according to Boule members, intellectuals, and all of that, right? Okay, cool. So let's go ahead on and cue this up real quick. Where we at? All right, here we go. All right. Let me go and start this up. So this is Megan Thee Stallion, folks. You had a Kamala rally out here, and it's a whole concert. We're not talking about policies. Megan is prancing around, doing what Megan do. This is who they invite to look what she's doing. This is who they invite, ladies and gentlemen, to talk to you in Atlanta. Like Atlanta don't have issues and problems that you need to address. We're not talking about reparations, anti-black hate crime bill. We're out here booty shaking because that's all the Democrats think about black Americans right there. Just shake booty, get your booty to the polls, no voting, no bucking. That's the kind of things that you do to black people. Same playbook. Or, it's like, I'm not mad at Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is doing what she do. She's supposed to entertain. Kamala got $200+ million. Megan getting her bag. I'm not mad at Megan. We need to talk about Kamala Harris and the Democrat Party. That's who to focus on. I'm not mad at Megan Thee Stallion. She's doing what she do for a living. Prance, dance, booty shake, and everything that go along with that. Don't turn this into a Megan Thee Stallion problem, because it's not her issue. Megan was hired to do a job, and she did that job. Okay? Harris for president think that's what it's going to take to get your votes. A woman that she just gyrates for a living. You had the BET Awards, you was a straight clown over there. And now we do the, and you know, BET is owned by the folks, right? It's owned by the folks. So it's a pattern. They just think we silly and we stupid. Could you, but no other community has to deal with this, just us. Look all that on stage. Listen, if you want to go to a Megan Thee Stallion concert, that's fine. All right, I'm gonna let these sisters cook here for a minute. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna let them cook. But this is what they think about Black Americans right here. This is what they think. This is exactly what they think. All right, so let's let these sisters cook here for a minute.
Okay, just in case you did not know it, on yesterday, Kamala Harris had a rally in Atlanta, and it gave you like, oh, Atlanta's hype for her. Like, people are so excited for her. I know you felt it. I know you saw it. She even brought out ratchet Megan Thee Stallion, shaking her butt, twerking for a political rally, talking about hotties for Harris. If that did not turn your stomach, like, that is pandering, like, if you've ever heard it. But that's not the catch 'em. Do not let that rally looking fool you, because Fulton County has been doing this for years. Before the rallies, they get busloads and they go pick up the homeless people. They offer them food, drink, and a little change to come to the rally, so the rallies will look full. Now, you got to realize she just dealt with the rally, and I want to say it was Pennsylvania, where it was less than 60 people. It was quite embarrassing for her. And so that's not going to go down in this blackety black city. Okay. It's just not going to go down. They are absolutely going to make sure that thing looks packed out. So I want you to know, that's why you only saw certain angles as well. But I want you to know, people aren't for her like that. That's why they're having to pick up homeless people. That being said, I'm going to give her this. She's not the only one. It is a very Fulton County, Atlanta thing. You can see it before all of the Democratic rallies. You can see it. Now, I've never seen them pick up people and pay them to vote Democratic, but it's been said for years that they literally will go pick up homeless people on the days of the election and pay them to vote. They need the money, so they do it, because what poor and desperate is what they're banking on. I haven't seen that, but I have absolutely, and I saw yesterday them picking up the homeless people to come to the rally. So do not be fooled. They'll tell you it's a lie. I'm telling you, this right here, 1000% the truth.
What in the ghetto hell was that Atlanta rally for Kamala Harris all about? What did I just watch? So Kamala, out of all the entertainers available to you, you decide to invite Meg Thee Stallion and Quavo. This is such an embarrassment. Your entire run so far has embarrassed all Black Americans, even the ones that are forced to pick you as the candidate. Because I'm just ready to hide under a shoe or a rock or wherever I can get. This demonstrates the class that you're going to bring to the White House.
I just have one question. When is the pandering to the Black community gonna stop? I saw the Harris campaign rally, and the part that got me was Megan Thee Stallion coming out and performing half dressed and then doing a lot of twerking. And yeah, you may have liked seeing that, but I didn't. And let me tell you why. I want to hear from an entertainer exactly why they're choosing to vote for the candidate that they're voting on. I don't want to see them twerking and prancing around in front of me, telling me if I'm concerned about my body, I should know who to vote for. That's weak. I want to see exactly what Amber Rose did. She came out, she delivered a message to let everyone know I was undecided. I decided to go out and do my research, look into the candidates, and I finally chosen the one that aligns best with my interest. That's what we all need to hear right now. Give me the facts. Tell me why you're voting for who you're voting for. Don't try to distract me with booty twerking.
I'm just wondering when the black community gonna realize the Democratic Party does not take us seriously. Or more so, they don't think that we're smart. Their strategy for decades has been hiring black entertainers to endorse them. Fast forward 2024, they're still doing the same thing. It is even worse. Because now they sprinkling a little bit of ratchetness into it for relatability. And I'm just like, last election, Joe Biden's campaign for the black vote was telling black people that they not black if they don't vote for him. And getting some strippers to twerk with the word vote wrote on their booty. And also, for some odd reason, hiring Cardi B to endorse him, even though Cardi B's not black, but she was used to get the black vote, not her own people vote, but our vote. Now we got Kamala Harris throwing a rally and Megan Thee Stallion is performing. Megan Thee Stallion is twerking. And y'all swear to God, this is to reach the black youth and get the black. Listen, these people don't take us seriously. They are not twerking and dancing and partying to get anybody else's vote. They're discussing policy, new laws, bills, resolutions for their community. They don't do that for us though. Kamala Harris literally got in office and told y'all that she's not gonna push nothing for black people just because she's black. That should have let y'all know right then and there. They only want the black vote for numbers so that they can get elected. But they ain't got nothing for black people.
Yeah, they all had the cook there for a minute. That's why I had to say let me let all that play, because it's just not me that feel this way. It's the backbone of as they say, black women are the backbone of the Democrat Party. But when black women speak common sense like that, when black women speak the truth, all of a sudden something's wrong with those black women. They've been listening to those black men. That's what they've been listening to. Those wicked black men. How dare those black men be saying these things? They're influencing these black women. No, these black women got common sense and they got eyes and ears, and they say, wait a minute, this is not right. This isn't right. Like, so I'm not trying to go there, but why is it so easy for Kamala to call Megan Thee Stallion to do this? Why is she comfortable with that as a woman? Why? I don't know. It could be a reason why she's comfortable with that as a woman. Could be. I don't know. Maybe y'all figure that out. But all jokes aside, and I saw somebody say something, so let's go on and go to Policy Watch. We're on Policy Watch. So let me go and refresh since we're still on Policy Watch before I start saying what I need to say. Okay. Oh, one thing got changed. Hold on. We on Policy Watch. We're gonna look at this together. I have not seen this. So give me a second. Where is it at? Come on now. Oh, here we go. All right, one thing has changed on the website, ladies and gentlemen. Remember yesterday it was just these two. Now it's this one. Okay. Meet Vice President Kamala Harris. All right, we're going to look at this together while we still on Policy Watch. She devoted her career to fighting for the people. Okay. It says, as a daughter of parents who brought her civil rights marches in a stroller, she's still going with that. It said while she was inspired to tackle injustice from an early age, she took that mission to county courtrooms, the California Attorney General's office, and the United States Senate and the White House. Yeah, ask Matrice Richardson family, ask all the black people you locked up. Yeah, okay. Now she's running for president of the United States to continue protecting our freedoms, but you didn't protect black people's freedoms in California. Delivering justice, you didn't do that for Matrice Richardson, and expanding opportunity so that every American cannot just get by, but get ahead. How are we doing that underneath the Biden-Harris administration? We're drowning, but okay. As vice president, she's been a trusted partner to President Joe Biden in their work to take on the powerful and make change for the people. Yeah, record inflation, open borders. Yeah, that's change. From standing up against extremists to defending reproductive freedom, you mean AKA abortion, to taking on Big Pharma to bring down prescription drug costs and cap the price of insulin at $35 a month for our seniors. The Biden-Harris administration has achieved a historic record of accomplishment, including bringing our economy back from the brink of disaster to create 60 million new jobs, investing over $1 trillion in infrastructure projects like repairing roads and bridges, removing every lead pipe in America. Huh? They got people in Flint say the pipes are still got... Okay. Improving public transportation and expanding access to high-speed internet, strengthening the Affordable Care Act, and lowering health insurance premiums to save millions of Americans an average of $800 per year. Last time I checked, and I can tell you from personal experience, health insurance premiums all went up, even car insurance. Expanding health care for veterans exposed to toxins, enacting the first meaningful gun safety reform in decades, and bringing violent crime down to a near 50-year low, passing large ever investment in tackling the climate crisis, and appointing the first black woman to the United States Supreme Court. So what she's doing here, and I'm kind of glad she's doing this. So basically what she's doing, she's taking all the talking points from Joe Biden and laying it on herself. So when you talk about her, let's say Trump debate her, then he could debate her based off of all of Joe Biden's talking points. Vice President Harris has proudly represented the United States on the global stage in meetings with over 150 world leaders. But how did you do that when you say a friend in need is a friend indeed? Okay. Bolster vital alliances against tyranny abroad, and she is just as committed to stopping would-be authoritarians and dictators at home. She is leading the charge to protect fundamental freedoms, including the right to an abortion and the right to vote. Okay, so you could take your baby out the womb and vote. Okay, gotcha. In the U.S. Senate, she led on a legislation to raise wages and bring down costs for American families on housing, health care, child care, college, and more. Serving on the Senate Judiciary Committee, Homeland Security, and Governmental Affairs Committee, Select Committee on Intelligence, and Committee on Budget, she fought for critical issues like criminal justice reform, climate change, infrastructure investments, and election security. She also grilled Donald Trump's nominees, including Justice Brett Kavanaugh, and cabinet officials, including then Attorney General Jeff Sessions, to get answers for the American people. As California Attorney General, she went up against the big banks and won, securing $20 billion for the middle-class homeowners who are facing foreclosure during the Great Recession. She went up predatory for-profit colleges and won, delivering $1.1 billion settlement for students and veterans who got scammed. She went up against discrimination and won, leading the team that helped bring down California's Proposition 8, it's at the U.S. Supreme Court, in fighting for marriage equality. It's nationwide. So you say you led the team that helped bring down California's Proposition 8. That was basically against gay marriage. That's what that was about. So basically she's saying that she's championing into the country gay marriage. I'm just telling you what she's saying here. She prosecuted transnational gangs that exploited women and children and trafficking guns, drugs, and human beings, and fought to require for-profit insurers to cover contraception and other reproductive health services. So she's leaning on the fact that I was in law enforcement. So I guess she's leaning into law and order here, right? Beginning her career in the Alameda County District Attorney's Office, she specialized in prosecuting child SA cases. She later joined the San Francisco District Attorney's Office and went on to win election to 2 terms as district attorney, where she started a program back on track to give first-time drug offenders the opportunity to earn high school diplomas and get jobs. That became a national model for decreasing recidivism rates. As a Vice President Harris is a proud graduate of Howard University and the University of California Hastings College of Law. In 2013, but this is the woman y'all say black men need to protect. Okay, I'm just saying, look at that image. It's in 2013, her best friend set up a blind date with Douglas Emhoff. The next year, she married him. Their large blended family includes their children, Ella and Cole, who call her Mamala. Throughout her life, she's broken barriers, and she's now the first woman, the first black American. She's not black American. She's Jamaican, but she's not black. And first South Asian American. It's to serve as vice president. She always remembers and acts on the words of her mother, Dr. Shyamala Gopalan Harris, a renowned breast cancer researcher. Now, she divorced her father in 1971. Okay, so I don't know why she's still using Harris. Is that Kamala, you will be the first to do many things, but make sure you are not the last. They say on January 20th, 2025, we do our part. She will once again make history, and she will make sure the doors of opportunity are wide open for all to follow. Okay, you told us about her. Great, law and order and all this stuff. But once again, you did not give us your policies of what you're going to do. I mean, you said some things, but you did not give us your policies, Vice President Harris. So it's safe to say we're still on policy watch. I don't see anything that says policies or what I'm going to do or anything. That's just let people know who you are. So, ladies and gentlemen, even though we read all that, we are still on policy watch. All right. See, the mainstream media is not going to be on policy watch. That's not what they're going to do. That's not what CNN and MSDNC and the rest of them going to do. They're not going to be on policy watch like we are here. We're going to be monitoring the website every day. And maybe they decided to put that up because people like myself are on policy watch. And you continue to watch her website to see if she adds the policies. That way we can read it in its entirety and be fair and hold her to the policies that she is promoting. One person says she's a Hindu Brahmin. They say that's what her mama is, for sure. But on our podcast tonight, I'm going to play a video from her father back in 1989. And once you watch that video, you'll clearly hear he's Jamaican. You clearly hear it. You hear the accent. But that's that video, that subject. Let's stick to this one. So she's leaning into the law enforcement thing in that what we just read. She's leaning into law enforcement. And you know black people's history about police and prosecutors. We don't really have a good history with police and prosecutors. So what are we supposed to do? But just like all of a sudden, now you having these black folks that support her. Now they all law and order now. They all law and order. All of a sudden, that was her job to lock up that many black people. It was her job to put black women in jail for truancy, even though some of them didn't even know their child was truant. That was her job to do that. That was the laws. But once again, when black people, when it's a white prosecutor, nobody's saying that was their job. Nobody said about the white prosecutor, oh, well, that was the laws on the books at the time. I mean, Bob had to do his job, Phil. I mean, what you expect him to do, right? It's amazing how y'all switch positions about law and order so quick. And police, when y'all been the most anti-police people until your favorite candidate, I guess, become police. But okay, since she wants to be the police now, okay, cool. You want to lean into the police? Now you the police. So police Kamala Harris is sitting up here bigging that up about being a prosecutor and locking black folks up in jail. No problem. You the police. And that police, Kamala, don't respect you. She has no respect for you. The Democrat Party has no respect for you whatsoever. How is it that Donald Trump today went to the NABJ, but you claim that you so busy that you got campaign events instead of going over there into the NABJ and going to talk to them? No matter how crazy it was with Donald Trump, he was there. She should have been there the moment she knew Trump was over there. She controls her schedule. All her campaigning that she's doing, that for their going to the NABJ was actually way more important for campaigning than what she was actually doing. But clearly she has no respect for black people. She has no respect. The Democrat Party has no respect for black people. And let me address something else, because I'm seeing another talking point. Do you know when they say the Democrat Party has given us tangibles, how many of y'all know American history? During the Civil Rights Movement, how many of y'all know history? Just a little history. Let me ask you a question. Did Lyndon Johnson, did he just came up one day and say, you know what? It is so wrong how white people are treating black people in this nation. It is so wrong. I really want to give them some civil rights. The Democrat Party wants to give them some civil rights. We need to lead the charge on this as a Democrat Party because this isn't right. Now, did that happen, ladies and gentlemen, in history? Did that happen? Did Lyndon Johnson and the Democrats of that day say that? Y'all correct. And I'm asking y'all, did they say that? The Dr. King, Malcolm X, the Nation of Islam, all the brothers and sisters in the Panthers, none of them had nothing to do with it because the Democrats with Lyndon Johnson, they came up, they signed that bill because, man, they were so benevolent. Did that happen like that? Okay, I'm glad I got some great students of American history, not black history, American history. Let me tell you, Democrat Shield, something. You're sitting up here putting out alternative history saying that Lyndon Johnson gave black people, Democrats gave black people the civil rights bill? Are you crazy? It was black Americans in this country fighting every freaking day. They literally lost their lives fighting for the freedoms that we have today. All the freedoms that we have today did not come through the voting box. And for the nerve of you Democrat Boule Shields to go lie to black people and say Lyndon Johnson signed the civil rights bill and that's a tangible that the Democrats gave black people? Are you crazy? If it was the Democrats' idea, Martin Luther King would still be alive. Malcolm X would still be alive. Medgar Evers would still be alive. What about the girls that died in the church bombing? All these different people would still be alive today. Could have been no reason for them to get out there and fight for a civil rights movement. What's the point of a civil rights movement then? If it was the Democrats, they gave a tangible. Lyndon Johnson was a racist. He said the N-word all day long. He didn't like black people. Stop lying, you Boule people. Stop lying to the people who not really educated on their history as they should be. They was forced to sign that bill because they like, man, black people was turning up so much in this country with the civil rights movement. Black folks was tearing the cities up. And they say, you know what? We got to do something because they were feeling that America was going to fall because we had nothing to lose. Black people had nothing to lose, nothing. So hey, you're taking our lives anyway. Hey, I might as well go out with a bang. I don't have nothing. Like Fannie Lou Hamer said, if I can't have nothing, you can't either. So I'm gonna tear it up. And that's what black folks was doing. They was tearing the city up. They were bombing things. They was fighting the police, rioting. They was, man, please. Don't be lying up like on no Democrat Party. That's how wicked a lot of you are, that you would discount the history of our people in this country. Then you come up here talking about, yeah, the Democrats, they also signed the voting rights. They did that because they had to. The Fair Housing Act, you know how we got that? After Holy Week. Dr. King was killed, and in this country during that week, they thought the country was going to fall in too because black people was tearing this country up after King. And they signed that Fair Housing Act to try to quell black people. You better know your history. Don't you let these people tell you that the Democrats gave you tangibles. You mean the same Voting Rights Act that they weakened already? And they weakened that Voting Rights Act when Obama was in office? That same Voting Rights Act? And like Malcolm X said, we don't need civil rights. We need human rights. And them same civil rights that we died for, every group walks in this country and benefit off of those so-called civil rights. They didn't go through nothing what we went through to even get to that point. You Boule members, y'all disrespectful. If you want to vote Democrat, that's fine. but don't lie to people and say Democrats have gave tangibles to black Americans, and you're going to cite the Civil Rights Bill, the Voting Rights Act. You're going to cite that as a tangible from Democrats? When Democrats were against the Civil Rights Act. You better go do your research and look at the votes at that time period. Who voted for the Civil Rights Act and who stood more against the Civil Rights Act? Go do your research. It wasn't Democrats that was in favor of the Civil Rights Act like that. I can't stand these people who get on here and lie. Then you got some of these people in the boule who are attorneys. You say you're an attorney, but where's the Edward Bloom among you? Where's the Edward Bloom among you? We got so many attorneys today, but where's the Thurgood Marshall among you? All these lawyers, where's the Johnny Cochran among you? You walk around with this title that you get a lawyer, but the only time lawyers we see coming out is civil lawyers to help a black family get money from the city. And that lawyer gets what, 33%? Where are y'all doing the work of Thurgood Marshall in the courtroom? Fighting against different laws that's discriminatory on the books now. You're supposed to be waging lawfare in the courtroom. But you are so lazy. You don't want to wage lawfare in the courtroom to help your people. You just want to just go throw your weight behind the Democrat Party. I got a problem with that. You got the education and everything to go help black people. You got the education to go start lawsuits about reparations. And none of you do it. Johnny Cochran was the last brother that was trying to put that case together before the brother died. None of y'all, all y'all are talking about y'all lawyers and all this stuff on TikTok, but none of y'all picking up a reparations case. Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. I'm just not that. I'm not that brother because I know my history a little bit, and I know what y'all do and what you don't do. So when it comes to speaking on certain things that maybe you don't know, just stay in your lane, and we'll stay in ours. Okay. That vote blue, no matter who disrespects black people, who go get entertainers that is known to wear scantily clad clothing, shaking their behind all over the place. That's the people that y'all want to put before us. And do you know some of them are running around with the Biden thing? Y'all remember the Biden thing? Hold on, you remember this?
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Well, now that's what they're saying too. If we can't figure out if we are for Kamala or Trump, we not black. That's something else they're starting to slowly try to introduce too. That we're sellouts. We're sellouts as a people. And let me tell you something. These other people, the Boule, something else. Boule, listen, come on, listen. Let me go down and school you on something, so you don't have to lie. At least on me. You can talk about other people, but let me give you some education. You listening? Okay. Here we go. On this platform, this is what we believe, or at least what I believe in particular, what black Americans should do, or even people of all countries should do, right? Number one, we believe, and I believe in particular, that all black Americans should be registered to vote. Why should they be registered to vote? So they can participate in their elections if they so choose to. Maybe they do not want to vote for now one of the people at the top of the ticket, but maybe they want to vote for their local leaders like the mayor, city council, they may want to vote in the local DA, sheriff, etc. Right? Your local politics affects you more than Kamala and Trump would affect you. Okay? So maybe they don't want to vote for now one of them. Maybe they may choose Couch for that, but they may vote in their local elections. Right? Okay, cool. So another thing that was said that if we tell y'all, we're telling y'all, hold on, let me see what I heard. We was told that if we told y'all to vote for the Couch, vote for Trump, or vote third party, that's actually like I guess encouraging y'all not to vote in a way. But I'm like, well, how could you say vote for Trump or vote third party as saying not to vote? No, we don't promote that here. That's a lie. The fact is, you have people that's on the plantation and these Boule members that's going to come and try to tell you, how dare you get off of the Democrat plantation? How dare you think for yourself? How dare you? How dare you? So number one, we believe all Black Americans should be registered to vote. That's number one. Number two, write this down. We believe that all Black Americans should have a driver's license. Why? So they can drive anywhere they need to go. It's ID purposes. Wherever they want to go, sometimes you need ID. And also, if they live in a state that have voter ID laws, it's no reason for them not to have an ID because they got a driver's license or at least a state identification card or something, so that way they can still vote in a voter ID state. Okay. Number three, we also believe that Black Americans, all of us, should have a United States passport. Why? Because Black Americans need to move to and fro throughout the world if they so choose to. Even if you never use it, keep a U.S. passport, renew it, because the day may come, you may want to go somewhere, take a cruise, somewhere where you may need a passport. So you should have your United States passport. I also believe Black Americans should also protect themselves in their household because we can't depend on the police to do it. So if they want to exercise their Second Amendment rights, they should do that as well in their own choosing, okay? So don't lie. Don't lie. See, the fact is, you don't like, and you Boule members don't like when we shining a light on your blue God. That's really what it is. They don't like that, right? What's also getting real tired is you have no retort. That's the thing. Do you realize like how much we're winning when you say, well, what about Trump? And when you say, what about Trump? Tells me I can't answer you. I know you're right. I know you're telling the truth. And so because I know you're telling the truth, I got to try to deflect to Trump because I can't engage you because I know you're right. I know you're right. I can't even defeat you in no argument because you're right. I know you're right that it's disrespectful to have Megan Thee Stallion at an event is supposed to be speaking to the community and when Black people trying to find out what this person's going to do for them when they get in the White House. I know that's disrespectful. Trust me. I know it looks bad. It do. But I can't concede the fact. So I'm going to have to try to deflect and say, okay, well, what about what Trump said at the NABJ? What about that? Yeah, I know she didn't have no policy. She just put Meet Kamala Harris up there, even after getting $200 million. I mean, I know that, but what about Trump's website? I know you're right, but is Donald Trump paying you? Is the Republicans paying you? Like, you don't have nothing you could say to say that I'm wrong or other brothers and sisters are wrong. And y'all can do all the propaganda you would like. You can inflate the crowds. You can inflate them. Go ahead. You can bring in homeless people that you're paying. Yeah, homeless people are going to take the money, of course. They homeless. There's a lot of Black Americans that's homeless in this country. And if it's hard for you right now and you're not homeless, it's 10 times harder for Black people who's homeless right now on the street. So if they offer them some money to go to a building and some food, yeah, I'll take the money. I'll take some food because I'm homeless. And this is how desperate they are to get this woman to win, to manufacture support. I wouldn't want nobody faking the funk like that. If 60 people showed up, I'm going to just have to rock with them 60 people and be glad 60 people showed up, because 6 could have showed up. Bottom line is, she don't have no support. All her stuff is manufactured. You remember when she first ran in 2019? It was a bunch of excitement about her. Remember when she first ran in 2019? And oh man, she's gonna be the woman president. And oh man, it's great, it's great, it's great. And then it wasn't long. You remember after Tulsi Gabbard torched her behind in that debate? It wasn't long after that, the donors stopped giving her money. And when they stopped giving her money, she had to drop out. So she went up real quick, and then she just, boom, bottomed out and had to drop out. And it seems like she's following the same trajectory now. And the Democrat Party is going to try very hard but they don't understand we live in a different time. You can't throw Megan Thee Stallion like, oh my God, Megan Thee Stallion, I'm going to vote for her because of Megan Thee Stallion. We are in a time period that we're more politically educated. We feel disrespected and repulsed that you bring out Megan Thee Stallion to talk to us. I don't have an issue with Megan Thee Stallion. I don't. The conversation is not going to be at Megan Thee Stallion. She got paid for what she did. My issue is the Democrat Party and Vice President Kamala Harris thinking that's a good idea to bring rappers and entertainers to talk to us. And our great brother, let me go ahead and cue this up. Our great brother, Malcolm X, let me go ahead and put him on the screen, because we always got to bring up our great brother, Malcolm X. Let Malcolm cook for about 37 seconds. Hold on.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community, and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
There it is. That was back in 1963. And what Malcolm X said is relevant still in 2024. Malcolm X was cooking in that 37-second piece. And that's what you saw in that video. Let me go ahead and put that back up on the screen so you can hear, and give me a second. Let me see if I can put this together here. Give me a second. All right. Okay, I can start it. All right. So this is what Malcolm was talking about right here. This is what he was talking about right there. Okay. Now let's while that's playing, hold on. Let's see if I can. Oh, where did it go?
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community, and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
Yeah, that's it. That's what Malcolm was telling us right there. Nothing has changed, folks. Nothing has changed. That applied in 2024, and he said that back in 1963. Who cares how Lena Horne looked? Who cares? Lena Horne was not to be speaking about the politics of that day unless she was about the business. You have a very few entertainers that's really about that business. Very, very few. But the Democrat Party for sure is still following that model. But it's on us to put a stop to it. It's on us. If we want to be respected as a community, because right now the Democrat Party has zero respect for black voters, then what we got to do is say, okay, we going to show you election day more than we going to tell you. We going to show you. Oh, you lean into being a police now? All this time during the time with Joe Biden, you wasn't even mentioning police. Now you a police? Okay. All right. Okay. We gonna remember that election day too, since you a police. I'm not worried. It's somebody talking about the Demo. Like, why y'all talking about the Democrats? Talking about the propaganda machine. What? Everything I'm talking about is backed up. They don't bring, when they go talk to Latinos, they're not bringing out Bad Bunny. When they go talk to Latinos, they don't have Bad Bunny coming out there doing a number when they talk to Latinos, do they? They're not bringing out Shakira. When they go talk to Asians, they don't go out there and bring out China Mac to go rap to the Asian people. China Mac, they don't go bring him out, do they? Do they go bring the Asian comedian / actress Awkwafina? They go bring her out to go talk to them? I'm just saying, do they do that? They go have a rally with the Asian people and go bring out China Mac and Awkwafina. They don't do that to them. They go there, they talk about business, they're serious, they're not joking, they're not playing, because they respect the Asian community. They respect the Arab community. It's y'all, black Americans, that they'll sit up here and make a whole ad with strippers talking about get your booty to the polls. They don't do, you notice the theme of some sort of perversion? It's always some sort of perversion. Megan Thee Stallion and all that stuff she do it can be perversion too. Yeah, somebody said, well, at least she was dressed. Who cares if she was dressed? Who cares? One person had mentioned in the chat earlier, Megan Thee Stallion could have went there and discussed, what happened to her, gun violence, like always actually talk about a speech or some sort of thing. They could have at least did that. No, she didn't do that. She went up there doing what she normally do. It was a concert. Oh, yeah, you say Ken Jeong? Yeah, I know who you're talking about, the one that was on the Hangover movies. Yeah, the Asian guy. Yeah, they don't bring him out to go talk to Asian people. They serious with them. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be on us to say if you going to respect us or not. It's on us because they keep doing it because we as a community allow it. Now the Boule going to think it's great. The Boule going to defend it. The Boule going to say everything they can say. But the real, working class, grassroots black Americans, you have to say, no, this is a new day. Look at your children. Why do your children have to be watching a woman up there twerking and women twerking and all that stuff on stage when it's time to talking about politics? Why does your children have to watch that? It's enough that filth is on the BET Awards. Now you got to go watch the filth at political rallies? Maybe your child is learning in U.S. history or they're learning government class, and so they watching these, rallies, they watching different things. And then this is the representation that's supposed to be outreach to black people. Well, she's just trying to reach the youth. No, she's not. Not everybody listens to Megan Thee Stallion like that. I mean, I guess if you're going to get somebody, if you're going to bring out an entertainer, you do better bring Beyonce out if you're going to do it. And not to say she won't come out. But I'm saying if you're going to bring entertainer out, I guess Beyonce will be the one, because Beyonce, at least she's not out there twerking all over the place. Yeah, she wears scantily clad clothes too, but still, Beyonce got more of a reach, I guess. I mean, she has like a real cult following. But even if you bring Beyonce out, it don't matter. That's still an entertainer. Bringing Jay-Z out, that's an entertainer. I mean, Jay-Z has done a lot of questionable things. A lot. He derailed the protest movement with Colin Kaepernick. He did that, if you remember that. All right, I think it's time for y'all to stop kneeling. You remember he said that? He derailed it. I ain't forgot that. Yeah, Beyonce does not twerk as much as Megan do, and no, she don't. And Beyonce knows how to act in certain locations. Oh, yes, she do. No, if she's on stage, yeah, do what you do. You're on stage. Go ahead. Megan, if she's in her concert, she has every right to do that. People pay to go see that. That's fine. That's entertainment. But I've seen Beyonce come out at political events before, and Beyonce has never twerked. Not once. She came out with Hillary Clinton. She didn't twerk not one time. So no, Beyonce know how to act. But that's all. Just make sure you let them know election day that you're not going to be disrespected, that they're going to treat you like they treat everybody else. And if they're not going to give specific policies to black people and they are constantly in your face. And look, I said this, I would gladly talk and have a conversation with Vice President Kamala Harris. I got questions. I gladly have a conversation with former President Trump. I got questions. But the way things are, I think Trump will show up before she show up. Because even CNN, I saw a video today of CNN. They were saying she haven't took no interviews since she started running. They say, well, what's up with that? They was questioning that, and that was CNN. Why haven't she taken no interviews? Because some of them may start pressing her about the border. That border thing is gonna, boy, Trump will have a field day about that border. A field day. And you can talk about prosecute all you want. You didn't prosecute nobody crossing that border. I'm telling you, she could duck interviews for so long. But that border question, and knowing her, she's not going to go on Fox. She's not going to go on Newsmax. Trump went into hostile territory for him. The NABJ, he's done CNN. I think the interview, the last debate was CNN. I'm like, well, Kamala should do one on Fox. She should do one on whatever. I think all of them should go into hostile territory on both sides. But what people do to protect the cult, they have to stay in the echo chamber. They can't go on opposing networks. They're not going to do it. So Kamala, if she take interviews, it's going to be CNN, MSNBC. That's it. And probably pick certain people. Hey, I don't want to interview with her because she may actually ask me something. I want to interview with Joy Reid because she's not going to press me on anything. You understand? I'll go on The View because they're not going to press me on anything. I wouldn't say she wouldn't even go over there with Jon Stewart on The Daily Show because he going to press on some questions. Jon Stewart. She ain't going to want to go over there with him. No. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on the stream. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. It's very important. If you have not downloaded the African Diaspora News Channel app in Google Play and Apple App Store, make sure you download that today. We greatly appreciate if you download it. Once you download it, hit the create account button, and you can do monthly, yearly, or quarterly. All proceeds come directly to the platform. Helps us with growth. Helps us with payroll, because that's very important. All different people we have to pay, like CPAs, all the different things that we have. It helps us to also grow. And like I said, we got one show we just filmed, working on. It's helping us spread different parts of the media empire. So the more people we have on the app, that greatly helps. And we're trying to get to 10,000. Also, the Ethiopia trip, March 25 through April 9. Make sure you sign up for that. I know we still had 10 spots left, and I'm going to get an updated number between 9 tomorrow. So don't tell me after, man, they ain't got no more spots. I've been telling y'all for months, sign up. The link is always africandiasporanews.org/Ethiopia. You can check it out and put in your deposit. But thank y'all for listening. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on African Diaspora News Channel. Also, the Phillip Scott podcast. That podcast always at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you go over there. We'll be talking about Trump and some of his situation that happened at the NABJ. But thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all tomorrow.